The food always smelled good before it tasted strange. Chris noticed it first. He stood under the mango tree with his metal plate in hand, watching Mama Ajiro scoop stew onto steaming rice. The aroma was rich, smoky, familiar. Yet when the stew touched his rice, he saw it again, a thin, dark swirl sinking into the red oil, like ink dissolving in water. "Ah, Chris, you are growing taller every day," Mama Ajiro said with her usual wide smile. "Eat well, my son." Chris forced a smile and stepped aside. Emma nudged him as they walked back toward the hostel. "You didn't eat." Chris lowered his voice. "Have you noticed the stew?" Emma frowned. "The taste?" "Yes, it's bitter sometimes." "No," Chris said. "Inside it." They stopped walking. Around them, boys laughed, argued about football, and rushed to prep. Elegance Grace Boys College looked peaceful, proud, orderly, but Chris felt something crawling under his skin. That night, Musa fainted in the dormitory. His body went stiff, his eyes rolled back, and foam gathered at the corner of his mouth. The matron rushed in. Boys screamed. Someone prayed loudly. Someone else ran for help. By morning, Musa was alive but weak. He stared at the ceiling like he was listening to voices nobody else could hear. "Did you eat Mama Ajiro's food?" Emma asked quietly. Musa swallowed. "Yes." That made 5 boys. During assembly, Principal Jonathan's face was tight. "We are aware that some students have fallen ill. Investigations are ongoing. Until further notice, you are advised to eat only from the school kitchen." Whispers spread like wildfire. Mama Ajiro did not smile that day. She sat under the mango tree, her pots open but untouched. Her eyes followed the boys as they passed, sharp and unreadable. Chris watched her daughter standing a few steps away. The girl held a bowl of rice Mama Ajiro had packed from home. When she lifted her spoon, Mama Ajiro's voice cut through the air. "Don't eat that." The girl froze. "Drop it! I said drop it!" Students slowed down. Teachers glanced over. "But, Mama," the girl whispered. Mama Ajiro grabbed the bowl and poured the food into the dirt. "Go and buy bread." The girl's eyes filled with tears as she walked away. Emma's hands shook. "Chris, did you see that?" "Yes." That night, Emma couldn't sleep. "Why would she poison our food and protect her child?" Emma whispered from the next bed. Chris stared at the ceiling. "Because whatever is in that stew is meant for us." They waited. 2 days later, Daniel started talking to himself during prep. He laughed suddenly, then cried. By night, he was screaming that shadows were calling his name. The school doctor said it was stress. Chris knew better. Under the mango tree that afternoon, Mama Ajiro cooked again. The boys watched from a distance as she lifted the pot lid. Chris felt his chest tighten. He moved closer. Mama Ajiro dipped her ladle into the stew. Before scooping, she reached into her wrapper and pulled out a small gourd. She tilted it quickly. Something black slid into the pot. Chris's breath caught. She stirred slowly, calmly, like nothing had happened. Emma grabbed Chris's arm. "You saw it too." "Yes." "What was it?" "I don't know, but it wasn't food." That night, Chris, Emma, and Musa sat on Musa's bed while the dormitory slept. "We can't keep quiet," Musa whispered hoarsely. "When I fainted, I saw things." Chris leaned forward. "What things?" "A place behind the fence, old trees, people chanting, and Mama Ajiro was there. She was calling names, our names." Emma's heart pounded. Are you sure that wasn't a dream? Musa shook his head. It felt real. Chris stood up. We need proof. The moon was high when they slipped out. The mango tree cast long shadows. The school fence looked taller than usual. Crickets chirped, then suddenly went silent. Behind the mango tree, the ground was darker. Chris knelt and brushed away leaves. His fingers touched cloth. He pulled it free. A blackened gourd, crusted with dried liquid. It smelled bitter, sharp, wrong. Emma gagged. That's it. Footsteps crunched. Put it down. Mama Ajiro stood there, her eyes glowing in the moonlight. No smile, no warmth. You boys are foolish. You don't know what you are poking. Chris stood his ground. What are you putting in the food? Mama Ajiro laughed softly. Food? You think food is all that feeds a person? Emma's voice trembled. You're making students sick. They are opening. Your eyes are opening. To what? Chris demanded. Mama Ajiro stepped closer. To power. To the call. Musa whimpered. You're using us. Mama Ajiro's face hardened. This land was promised long before your school was built. The spirits demanded young strength. I only answered. And your daughter? Chris asked. Why did you stop her? Mama Ajiro's voice cracked for the first time. Because a mother knows who to protect. A whistle blew in the distance. Mama Ajiro stepped back. You should not have come. She vanished beyond the fence. By morning, the school buzzed. Mama Ajiro did not return. Police cars arrived. Principal Jonathan called an emergency assembly. His voice shook as he spoke. Mama Ajiro has been taken into custody. Certain images were found beyond the school fence. Boys gasped. Students affected are recovering. You were brave to speak. Chris felt relief wash over him. But that night, Daniel screamed again. Chris rushed to his bed. Daniel grabbed his shirt. She's not gone, he cried. She opened the door. The wind howled outside. Beyond the fence, the trees rustled like whispers. Chris stood by the window, staring into the darkness. For the first time, he wondered if exposing Mama Ajiro stopped the evil, or only revealed how deep it ran.